a disappointment to be sure, even though they've got some hot products in the pipeline. Now, they're saying that things will pick up by the end of the year, but maybe into next year, but not right now. Why? Welcome to the Drill Down Earnings. I'm Cory Johnson. We've got the fourth quarter earnings from Arista Networks. You might say Arista. I'm saying Arista. Either way, I'm Cory Johnson, Futurum Group's chief market strategist, looking at this important fourth quarter from Arista Networks. And Wall Street likes a beat or a miss. This was a beat. So why is the stock down so much? You got to look at the business story behind this stock on the move, and we're going to do just that. So we look at what Arista did for the quarter, $1.54 billion in the quarter. That was up about 2% from the previous quarter. I know we usually compare to this last year, but I want you to remember 2% above the previous quarter, about 21% from the previous year. Gross margins of 64.9%. That's up from 62% for the previous quarter. So higher revenues, higher gross margins. Why are we comparing it to the last quarter? Because next quarter, the first quarter of 2024, the company's warning us that the midpoint of revenue guidance is flat. No growth whatsoever, even though they're selling into data centers, even though they're attached to the growth of AI. Flat revenues, a disappointment perhaps for a stock that has run so much. And indeed, gross margins are supposed to go from about 65% down to 62%. Not great news for a company who expect to be growing great guns. Now, they're saying that things will pick up by the end of the year, but maybe into next year, but not right now. Why? They've got some interesting products. They're in the right places. But Futurum's analyst who covers this company, Ron Westfall, says they do have some great products coming that are going to start to take hold, maybe not fast enough, but starting to take hold and offering hope from Arista Networks. Here's Ron Westfall when I asked him what the most important product in the portfolio might be.
Well, to be specific, I would say the 7130 series. This is a product that's targeting 25 gigs specifically within the finance and banking segment. And this is something that is actually addressing a pain point. That is, the customers out there are getting frustrated with their 10 gig switches. It's just not being able to scale according to their needs. And as a result, Arista Networks is coming through with a product that is addressing that pain point specifically. And this is something that I think is a tribute to, again, their ability to execute portfolio development, to adapt their sales and marketing strategies to align, with these burgeoning needs.
All right, so how did the stock react to this news of what came out in the quarter, despite the promising products they've got in the future? If you look at the chart after hours, the stock really did sell off notably. The stock was trading nearly 280, trades down to 264. Now, in the last year, this stock is up 106%, so profit taking certainly part of the story there, and a fantastic run in the last year. And again, a lot of that performance in the stock is because of the excitement about AI. But when we're looking at the results and the guidance, is maybe all the spend isn't there yet. That's the kind of question that peppered the conference call today with Arista Networks CEO Jayshree Ullal. Here's what she had to say when asked just when is this spending going to show up?
Our AI performance continues to track well for the $750 million revenue goal that we set last November at Analyst Day. To give you some color on the last 3 months, I would say difficult to project anything in 3 months, but if I look at the last year, which may be last 12 months is a better indication, we have participated in a large number of AI bids. And when I say large, I should say they're large AI bids, but they're a small number of customers, actually, to be more clear. And in the last 4 out of 5 AI networking clusters we have participated on, Ethernet versus InfiniBand, Arista has won all 4 of them for Ethernet. One of them still stays on InfiniBand. So these are very high-profile customers. We are pleased with this progress. But as I said before, last year was the year of trials. This is the year of pilots. And true production truly sets in only in 2025.
So still feeling our way out there with AI, the big spend, the true production, perhaps in 2025. All right, what's the big summary here? What do we want to take away from this? And what's one number that tells us a whole lot? We'll have that and more when the drill down continues.
The Drill Down is brought to you by Futurum Group, where analysts, researchers, advisors, content creators, and marketing experts help business leaders anticipate and understand shifts in their industries and build strategies to leverage disruptive innovation. With deep analysis, Futurum Group's extensive industry experience delivers reliable research and data, thought leadership, and actionable advice to help you with your strategy and go-to-market efforts. Futurum Group,
All right, here's your quick drill down earnings takeaway on the all-important fourth quarter for Arista Networks. A strong quarter, 21% growth in the top line of $1.54 billion, but the stock's selling off big time after hours. Why? Because the company's guiding saying despite their business selling to data centers and AI, revenues are probably going to be flat for the first quarter of 2024. A disappointment to be sure, even though they've got some hot products in the pipeline. All right, I promise you, a drill down earnings bite, one number that tells us a whole lot. Let's look at service revenues, an important part of this business that had been coming down as a percentage of revenues in the last year, but this quarter and last quarter ticking back up to, here's that number, 14.9% of revenues for Arista Networks came from services in the last quarter. And again, that was up last quarter, up this quarter. It's a good sign for the predictability of this business. Right, I'm Cory Johnson. Thanks for listening to Drill Down Earnings. Follow us, our quick takes, our longer takes on YouTube. Drill Down Earnings, part of the 6-5 Media Group.